guys, it's Lanvin with A1 Comics. We have another little video here for you. There's so much volatility and so much excitement and so many big books emerging in the comic book world right now. We wanted to spend some more time talking about books that have a lot of upside potential that really has not been realized yet. There are different categories of these books. They're not going to be on your top 10 lists. They may have been on previous ones and have since fallen by the wayside, or they have really never been discussed much at all. We'll also talk about why they have good long-term investment value. It's great books to get relatively cheap and hold on to for a long time. Now, starting off with books that used to be on top 10 lists that have fallen by the wayside. A perfect example of this is Marvel Superheroes 13, first appearance of Carol Danvers, and her subsequent keys as well. For some reason, that character is one of the least well received in the MCU, despite being a major character who's going to be involved a lot moving forward. I would say as soon as she has a second movie, which is already in the works, we already know it's coming, you're going to want to take another look at all of those keys. But what better time to buy them now instead of right before the movie comes out. Another comparable series that's fallen to the same fate would be the Inhumans series. Even the original Inhumans run 1 through 10, let alone the Fantastic Four keys. All of those are significantly cheaper than they were 2, 3, 4 years ago. It's a great time to get in on books like that if that's something you are interested in. I always recommend people buy books that they like and that they enjoy before just doing it purely based on investment value. But again, from the investment value perspective, it is a great time to get in on these books because they are quintessential to the Marvel Universe. They're not going to go anywhere. These characters will always be used until they get it right, and you'll be really happy you have these books once they do get them right in alternative media, whether it's TV shows or movies. Another series that has never been looked at and really should would be Nick Fury 1 through 10. The original 12-cent Silver Age Marvel run has beautiful Steranko covers. Obviously the character is extremely important to the MCU and continues to be important in Marvel Comics today. This is a run of books that has always been overlooked, and you can still get extremely high-grade copies. We're talking VF Plus, so 8.5 all the way up to 9.4, 9.6 for just a couple $100. You're talking single-digit Silver Age Marvel books, high-grade, huge mainstream character, and you're still only paying $150 to $300 for 9.2s, 9.4s, white pages. So that's a really good sign. Of a book that really just has its time coming. Think about Daredevil 1 3 years ago. There's very few reasons why it won't go quite as extreme, but it still has a long ways to go. Again, a lot of upside potential would be with Nick Fury. You can also apply this philosophy to DC characters, as almost none of their movies have been done quite as well, especially when compared to the MCU. Superman keys are still very accessible. If you're a Superman fan and there's a mainstream villain that has not been used in a movie, maybe the Trickster or the Tinkerer, different characters like that, especially if they span other heroes' titles as well, say Green Lantern, Flash, Batman. If it's a villain that kind of bounces around from title to title, that's probably a good character to get in on. Overall, these books, the DC Silver and Bronze Age is just nowhere near as expensive as Marvel Silver Age and Bronze Age, but it's not like they're going to stop trying to make these movies, and eventually, hopefully, they will get them right. So Superman keys, Batman villains, mainstream Batman villains that have not been used yet, and same with Flash and Green Lantern, especially since there hasn't been a Flash movie yet, and there's only been one Green Lantern movie that we don't talk about much. So if you have any interest in any of those characters, I would highly recommend maybe taking a look at Key Collector, seeing which ones their second appearances, minor keys, maybe like first appearance of Kryptonite or the Phantom Zone, things that are often overlooked until usually it's too late. It's already on a top 10 list and it's already appreciated dramatically. So we're talking about getting in on these books before that happens. I always recommend collecting things that other people are not actively collecting if you're looking at a long-term kind of relationship with the hobby, kind of investment portfolio. You're looking 5, 10, 15 years and more. Other books that fit that quite a bit in the same vein are going to be the books that have original content from, say, specifically Marvel Bronze Age. You have Marvel Adventure, you got Marvel Chillers, Marvel Comics Presents. If you've been a part of our live sales, you know I'm a huge fan of these. They have wraparound covers, they have original stories, and they feature some of the best artists from the time. Marvel Double Feature, Marvel Fanfare. There's actually quite a few keys in this series as well that people don't often talk about. Marvel Feature, Marvel Premiere. They really enjoyed using their name as a publisher in the title of books. We got Marvel Spectacular, Marvel Spotlight right now. Obviously Ghost Rider, Marvel Spotlight 5 is a huge book. There are plenty of other Marvel Spotlight keys, and they're just great books, awesome, high quality Bronze Age books that are still very, very accessible. Marvel Superheroes and Marvel Team Up, which is actually a very early Spider-Man title that often gets overlooked for Web of Spider-Man or Spectacular Spider-Man, but this is actually the second Spider-Man series after Amazing that started in the very early Bronze Age. So these are all books that have original content, they have keys, they have solid production quality, they have all the things that would say, if you look at a run of Daredevil or X-Men or Spider-Man from the same time, which are highly sought after and very popular, these are books that just get looked past on a regular basis. So if you want to collect these runs, kind of diversify your portfolio, hedge your bet a little bit, and if you get enough of these books and they're affordable enough, I mean, these all came out of our convention box here at the store. Sooner or later, whether it's in a show or a movie, when they start utilizing the characters and the content and the ideas that were originally featured in these titles, you'll be really, really happy you had them. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe at the bottom. And as always, we would love to hear your feedback in the comments. We'll do our best to respond. And stay tuned for more content as we post it. Take care. Cool.